Going on the Atlantic side. We are looking busy. We have 2 hurricanes, a tropical storm, and 2 areas with the potential for development. Of course, we'll start with Florence here, the most immediate threat to the U.S. East Coast. A Category 4 hurricane with winds of 140 miles per hour, still in the middle of that eye wall replacement cycle. Once that is complete, the potential for strengthening even further is there. We will have another advisory issued right around 8 o'clock this morning, so we're starting with those intermediate advisories today. But from the latest advisory, we're still looking again at that Category 4 hurricane. I'll give you a closer look at what we're looking at landfall-wise. This is forecast to happen late Thursday night into Friday morning. Don't pay attention to exactly where. It's that cone of uncertainty. This many days out, 3-4 days out, still 100, 150 miles in terms of that margin of error for the official track. So look at the cone here, and that's why we're still looking at South Carolina up through Virginia at play, although the center line at this point showing landfall in coastal North Carolina. Hurricane watches, storm surge watches have been issued from about Charleston, South Carolina, up through the border of North Carolina and Virginia. I wouldn't be surprised if that is extended further north, considering this track has seen more of an eastward shift in terms of the pattern we're seeing with the latest updates. Again, landfall at this point, the margin of error is going to be 100, 150 miles. But at this point, we are looking at North Carolina kind of in the crosshairs. Now, I want to show you this. Remember, this is one run of one model. It can't be taken as truth. We're looking at more at patterns that develop here. But I want to show you this because it illustrates the problem that we're going to see with Florence. Category 4 hurricane strength winds, potentially, that's going to be a problem, of course, storm surge, of course. But the major problem with this is the fact that after it makes landfall, it does look like Florence is just going to kind of hang out. Yes, it weakens. The wind speed will weaken as it's moving on shore, but there isn't much of a driving factor to get it out of here. So we're looking at the potential and the threat for a lot of inland flooding with the fresh water, the rain. That is going to be a major problem at this point with that system just sitting there dumping rain for a couple days. This is Sunday, and we're still seeing that hang out. So that's going to be the biggest threat for the Carolinas, north and south, and potentially up through Virginia as well. So that's what we're watching with Florence. We'll keep you updated as the latest outlooks are released. But as of now, Category 4 with winds of 140. For Isaac, it's weakened to a tropical storm, but we expect it to bounce between 70 and 75 mile per hour winds for the next couple of days. So that'll bounce between a strong tropical storm and a weak hurricane as it approaches the Lesser Antilles into Thursday. What happens after that? There are still a few question marks. A lot of these models indicate a turn toward the north, but at this point, too early to tell exactly where that will end up, and we do expect Isaac to be relatively weak at that point.